The Phoenix Nebula hovered amid the debris of the lost outpost, its exterior bathed in the eerie glow of distant starlight. Captain Nova Xion paced the bridge, her thoughts a labyrinth of conjecture and anticipation. The wreckage told a tale of abrupt chaos and untold mystery, drawing them deeper into the enigmatic embrace of the void. "Rin, deploy the drones," Nova instructed, her voice carrying a weight of urgency. "Aye, Captain," Rin responded, her fingers dancing over the console. With a faint hum, a fleet of sleek reconnaissance drones launched from the ship, their sensors lighting up as they zipped toward the outpost remains. On the view screen, the drones transmitted real-time data, their cameras revealing a desolate landscape of twisted metal and shattered structures. The once bustling outpost was now a ghostly relic, haunted by the specter of its untimely demise. Initiating scan for data logs, Rin announced, her eyes glued to the holographic display. Streams of code and fragmented messages scrolled across the screen, snippets of a frantic final transmission. "Liara, any signs of residual energy?" Nova inquired, her gaze fixed on the swirling remnants of the outpost. Liara, eyes reflecting the soft glow of her console, analyzed the spectral data. "There are faint traces, Captain, anomalous readings that suggest a massive energy discharge. Whatever happened here wasn't just catastrophic, it was deliberate." Nova's eyes narrowed as she processed the information. "Marcus, bring us in closer. I want a detailed visual of the central hub." The Phoenix Nebula maneuvered gracefully through the floating debris, approaching the heart of the outpost. As the view screen zoomed in, a massive structure came into view, its surface scarred and blackened. "Central hub in sight," Marcus confirmed, steadying the ship's position. "Looks like it took the brunt of the damage." "Let's see what secrets it holds," Nova muttered, her mind racing with possibilities. "Prepare for a boarding mission. We need to get inside and find out what happened." A few minutes later, Nova and her team, clad in sleek exosuits, stood ready in the airlock. The door hissed open, revealing the cold vacuum of space beyond. One by one, they launched themselves toward the derelict hub, their suits' thrusters guiding them through the floating debris. As they approached the entrance, Nova's heart pounded with a mix of excitement and trepidation. The hub's outer hatch, now a gaping maw, beckoned them into the unknown. "Keep your eyes open," Nova warned, her voice calm yet commanding. "We don't know what we're dealing with." The interior was a labyrinth of twisted metal and floating debris, illuminated only by the pale light of their helmet lamps. The silence was palpable, an oppressive stillness that seemed to press against their very souls. "Rin, see if you can access the central database," Nova instructed, her voice echoing in the vast chamber. Rin floated to a nearby console, her hands deftly manipulating the interface. Sparks flew as she bypassed the damaged circuits, her face a mask of concentration. "Got it," she announced triumphantly. "Downloading logs now." As the data streamed into their systems, Nova's HUD lit up with a series of frantic messages and garbled transmissions. The logs painted a grim picture, a sudden energy surge, followed by a desperate evacuation order. But one phrase stood out, repeated over and over again: "Void Nexus detected." "Void Nexus," Nova whispered, her mind racing. "It's real. And it's connected to the artifact." "Captain," Liara's voice crackled over the comm, a note of urgency in her tone. "I'm detecting movement, something still alive in here." The team tensed, their lights sweeping across the darkened chamber. Shadows flickered at the edge of their vision, shifting and coalescing into ominous forms. "Stay sharp," Nova ordered, her hand hovering over her weapon. "We don't know what's out there." Suddenly, a metallic clang echoed through the chamber, followed by a series of rapid clicks. A figure emerged from the shadows, its form obscured by the flickering light. "Identify yourself," Nova demanded, her voice steady despite the rising tension. The figure stepped into the light, revealing a tall, slender being clad in a tattered exosuit. Its eyes, glowing with an unnatural light, fixed on Nova with an intensity that sent a shiver down her spine. "Help! Us," it rasped, its voice a guttural whisper. "The Nexus. It consumes all." Before Nova could react, the figure convulsed and collapsed, its body twitching as it emitted a low, mournful wail. The sound reverberated through the chamber, filling the team with a sense of profound dread. "What happened to them?" Marcus asked, his voice tinged with horror. "The Nexus," Liara murmured, her face pale. "It must have done this. It's not just an anomaly, it's a predator, and it's feeding on everything it touches." Nova's mind raced as she pieced together the grim puzzle. The Void Nexus wasn't just a phenomenon, it was a force of unimaginable power, a vortex that consumed everything in its path. "We need to get out of here," she said, her voice laced with urgency. "Whatever the Nexus is, it's not something we can face unprepared." As they made their way back to the Phoenix Nebula, the weight of their discovery hung heavy in the air. The Void Nexus was real, and it held the key to the artifact's power, a power that could tip the balance of the cosmos. Back on the ship, Nova stood on the bridge, her thoughts a whirlwind of fear and determination. The outpost's fate was a stark warning of the dangers they faced, but it also solidified their resolve. "The Nexus is a threat, but it's also our key," she said, her voice firm. "We need to understand it, to harness its power if we're to succeed in our mission." The crew nodded, their faces set with grim determination. The road ahead was fraught with peril, but the Phoenix Nebula was ready. Together, they would face the challenges of the Void, uncovering the secrets of the artifact and confronting the malevolent force that threatened the very fabric of existence. As the ship powered up and set course for the next phase of their journey, Nova couldn't shake the feeling of being watched, of a presence lurking just beyond the veil of reality. The Void Nexus had awakened, and their adventure was only just beginning.